So what's going on guys, Kids here and welcome back to a brand new video. For today I will show you the new updated, the first Descendant tier list. In general, this game has a lot of unique classes and Descendants to play and choose from. But the big question is, what is the best and highest damage class? So we will take a look at all the classes to see which one will suit your playstyle and dominate the current patch. And just before we start, let me introduce you guys to today's sponsor, Instant Gaming. They are a website that provides you with a brand new and simple way to buy games at amazing prices. You can get the best PC, Mac and console games with up to 70% off. Instant Gaming makes it very easy to save while purchasing games within a single site. Just choose the game you want to play. For example, I want to buy the new Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. So we just click on Add to Cart, then click Pay. Then we input our details, and then when the payment is complete, we will receive the game's activation key. And finally, we just simply go to the Steam and copy and paste the key in, and it's that simple. We just saved 9 euros and this was only 23% off. There are plenty of other offers that go even up to 70%. So what are you waiting for? Check out Instant Gaming by clicking my link in the description box, and let's get right back into the video. So then moving over to the first class, which is the Bunny, and we will place her right in the S tier. She is the strongest character in the game, because of her speed and killing potential. No one has as much damage or speed as Bunny. You will want to avoid her only if you have trouble surviving or don't like the emphasis on constant movement. And as you've probably already seen and will keep seeing, a lot of players will choose this character because how overpowered she is in the current meta. Then the second S tier character is Valby. She is a water type character, blending AoE damage and utility, and a solid all-around character to choose from. She is an excellent choice for players seeking a character with strong damage output and good survivability. Due to her focus on AoE abilities, Valby excels against groups of enemies, but is less effective against bosses. To maximize Valby's potential, her skill, the Bubble Bullet, can be used to create small puddles at its impact point. These puddles will damage enemies over time and allow you to consume less mana while standing in it, enabling you to spam abilities almost for free when combining water and bubble tactics. But what holds back Valby from being the best is less speed and damage than the Bunny. And then for the last and final S tier class we have the Kyle. He is a durable character that excels as a tank by using his magnetic abilities to create shields and knock back enemies. Therefore I ranked him in the S tier. And unlike Ajax, Kyle can do massive damage and is one of the most fun characters. On top of that, his barrier soaks up damage and another skill explodes out, which gives you an insane survivability and damage. Moreover, you can constantly charge and stun enemies. So overall he is the best tank character and a perfect fit for any player who values survivability over pure damage. So then for the first A tier class we have the Esiemo. If you're looking for an explosive damage dealing character, then Esiemo is for you. The main appeal of this character is his ultimate arc explosion, where you charge forwards, explode and knock enemies back. Additionally, you can gain a madness state buff and remove buffs from enemies. This ultimate serves multiple purposes and is one of the best in the game. However, that is also Esiemo's downside, which is the reliance on his ultimate and the lack of survivability skills. Then for the fifth character we have Freyna, that will place her right in the A tier. She is a damage overtime specialist who uses her Arch affinity for poisons to drain her enemy's HP. Her abilities inflict poison, and her passive ability increases damage against poison targets. She is one of the most consistent damage dealers in the game, and her gameplay loop involves applying poison with abilities and swiftly killing enemies. The positives of this character is high and consistent DPS with a well-rounded skills, which give you basically everything you need. Her downsides are few, which are limited mobility and reliance on the poison status effect for optimal damage. Then next up we have Enzo, which deserves to be placed right in the A tier. He is a hybrid support character. I placed him in the A tier because of his versatile support but lower than the others because of the lack of damage. However, what makes him stronger than the other support characters is that he has a damage skill and defensive shield skill, and unlike Yujin, he can help allies, while keeping himself alive and doing moderate damage. Moreover, his passive buffs give the max ammo capacity. Your main spammable skills give ammo, which keeps your heavy ammo nearly full the entire time. This is a massive boost to everyone's damage, which makes him an incredible asset to any team. So then for one of the last A tier characters we have the Gley. She is the most unique character in the game, with just a one issue, which is that her cool complexity is holding her back from the S tier. She does not use shields but recovers HP through kills. She has two states, one which is frenzied, where she increases damage but decreases HP recovery. Therefore she plays at a high risk and high reward type of playstyle, where aggression and kills restore her health. Gley feels very powerful but squishy at the same time. You need to constantly make decisions about your state and use skills to build up life spheres. With mods, proper build and many hours of playing, she can be powerful. However, other descendants will require a lot less to get the same power level. And then for the last and final A tier class we have the Lepic. He is arguably one of the easiest descendants to play, as his skills are very simple to understand and use. He can be chosen at the game start, which makes him a solid choice for a simple damage build. His ultimate fires a shell that deals damage over time, and because of his passives he can survive fatal damage during battle. The downside of Lepic is that he requires advanced mods and is limited in mobility. Moreover, he is a specific mod dependent and doesn't shine until later when leveling with the Descendant mods. So then for the first B tier character we have the Jayber. He is a balanced character who uses turrets to do damage. Jayber is unique in his ability to deploy turrets that either way deal damage or provide healing, which is a rare capability in the game. However, the issue with Jayber is that the turrets require a lot of time to summon and doesn't last long. You can shoot and increase their duration and effectiveness, but it comes at the cost of doing damage. So ultimately, you will have to babysit the turrets rather than keep doing constant damage. Then for the next B tier character we have the Ajax. He is the tank class character, thanks to his survivability and group buffs. He is one of the 3 characters that you can choose to start the game with, and is one of the strongest ones for beginners because of his survivability. His best skill, the Orbit Barrier, can reflect damage and boost defensive stats. He relies on explosions to knock back enemies and do damage, but unfortunately there's very little he can offer for constant damage. And then for the last and final B tier character we have the Viessa. She is a starting character using ice and status effects to do damage. Her strength is that her skills are all useful and can debuff enemies. Moreover, you will need to constantly focus on debuffing enemies with your skills to produce decent damage. While Viessa's skills are impressive and flashy, she doesn't offer that one unique thing that separates her from the other classes, that either way do more damage, survive better, or something unique. And that's why she's in the B tier. So then moving over to the C tier, and the first class that we will place in here is Sharen. This is your rogue/assassin type of character that is meant for players that enjoy stealth mechanics. You can become invisible with active camouflage and take the advantage of your passive. This isn't as reliable as other characters, and you must be within melee range. However, she's one of the coolest looking and interesting to play characters, but all of these mechanics are at a big cost, which is damage. So if you don't care about DPS but only the fun gameplay, then she's the one for you. Then for the next C tier character we have Blair. He is a damage over time character that can maximize critical hit damage through his passives and abilities. However, Blair's potential damage output is generally lower than the other descendants, especially in a game that prioritizes DPS. The major issue with the Blair skills is that his abilities build stows, which are cast on top of you. You have zero mobility and no way to transition safely outside of the melee range. Moreover, when you channel fire it is great, but you are vulnerable to the damage the entire time and feel very squishy compared to almost every other character. And then for the last and final class we have the Yujin, which deserves to be placed in the D tier. He is the only one that focuses on support, as his abilities primarily heal others and not himself. Therefore he is in the lowest tier. Yujin's playstyle is only available to players that have friends to play with, because otherwise you're left with a pure support character that is impossible to play solo. However, your ultimate ability, the hyperactive healing ground, can be a game changer regarding survivability and co-op gameplay. But the character just has way too of a niche and is way too narrowly designed to have a widespread usefulness. And that's about it. So with that said, I really do appreciate everyone for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or suggestions, then feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below. And while you're doing that, please click like, subscribe and enable that notification bell, so this way you could support the channel and not miss any more amazing content. With that said, you have an amazing day and I will see you in the next one, so take it easy, peace.